Dude, that intro is so hype. I love watching it every single time. That's why I switched it back. Plus, my Nordic Alpha intro, for whatever reason, gets copyright flagged every friggin' time I do it because of the music that's not supposed to not be copyrighted, right? But whatever. It is what it is. Yeah. So I love that intro, though. Ali Boumaier by The Game. Absolutely incredible beat. And yeah. It's good. It's a good one. That stuff gets the juices flowing, baby. Now, I have a surprising prediction for Bitcoin. And we'll see if it happens over the weekend because we know that the weekend is historically low volume. Not 100% sure that it's going to happen. Nothing in trading is 100%. Let's call it what it is. Let's be real. If you were in the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room yesterday, I gave out a trade that is absolutely killing it right now. Smashed it. Perfect entry. Just called it almost to the dime. To the dime. It was nuts. Actually, let me see where I'm at on that trade. And now we're breaking market structure to the upside, right, on Bitcoin. So if you're long Bitcoin right now, you're making money. And that's what everybody inside of Nordic is. They know that we were long on Bitcoin at this particular level. Where are we at? Oh, yeah. 300. 300. We'll take that. That's pizza money for the day, baby. It's pizza money for the day. We love it. What's the entry on this? 99,706. And we're up, what, like 290, something like that? 289. It just keeps changing because obviously price keeps changing, but, you know, whatever. Call it what it is. We're going to do some TA today. We'll talk about Bitcoin. We'll talk about some altcoins. Obviously, if you have any requests, drop them in the comments section. If you're here from the future, hello from the past. We appreciate you for showing up. Make sure that you smash the like button on this video. Make sure you hit subscribe. Boom, baby. Bang on the notification bell. Anybody that is here on Twitter, please, for all intents and purposes, scroll up and let me hit 1,000 followers today. I was at 997 yesterday. 997. We need 3 people, and let's smash through it. Like, how many people are here on Twitter? 11 people on Twitter. At least 3 of you, please hit the follow button. Let me get 1,000 subs today. That's the goal for the day, right? We made money. We're going to get some pizza. Let's get some subs on Twitter. And if you want to get into the private VIP trading room so that you can take the trades that I'm talking about right here that I'm about to show you, that exact trade right there that I literally put not much money on. I put $200 on that trade and I'm up 300 right now. These are the trades we're giving out, man. So yeah, I'll scroll up, hit that follow button for me, man. I'm going to go to the Twitter and let's see if we hit it. Let's see if anybody's helped me yet. Come on, help me out. Help me out. Oh, I just lost one. Somebody hit 9 and it was 998 and then it just went back down to 997. Come on, guys. There's 11 of you here. Let me get a couple of you. Help me hit help me hit 1,000. Let me hit 1,000 today. You know, that would be just awesome, right? We've got, 13 people here on Twitter. We've got 10 people across both YouTubes. Let's get into the TA. No time to waste. I'm not going to sit here and waste people's time. We've got Richard Ford. He said, damn, Daniel, $300 for pizza. I mean, it's pizza money for a couple of weeks. We'll say like that. You know what I'm saying? It's pizza and espresso money and Liga Privada money. Liga Privada number 9 money. Let's get it, Dr. Feelgood. You already know what time it is. We only let Dr. Feelgood V2 show up. V1, he wasn't as good. Okay, so we upgraded Dr. Feelgood to V2. Now he's allowed back into the Nordic ecosystem, the Wolfer ecosystem. I'm just playing with you, man. I love you guys. Let's get into the TA. Let me switch this over. We got the transition, man. We got the transition. My face looks crazy because now that the sun has gone a little bit dimmer in the background, my lights is too bright. My lights is too bright. So, if you're in the private VIP trading room, I would hope that you are paying for your membership right now off of just this one trade on Bitcoin. We all know about my gold trades. We've been killing it on gold and silver for a very long time, right? Very long time. Live documented 89% win rate, blah, 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 all the stuff, right? But if you're in that private VIP trading room, and the link's in the description, do with that information whatever you want to do. If you want to be in there, great. If you don't, whatever. It costs $29 a month. It's not that much money. If you would have taken the exact trade I did, you're up 10x what it would have cost you to be in there, right? With $200 on the line, okay? So this is the trade that we were talking about. It's a market structure shift. and a break of structure. Whoops, that's not it. Sorry. Here's your market structure trade, right? So you're going to front run this low. You're going to run into these two order blocks, right? This first order block, we're going to zoom out so you can actually see it. This first order block dates all the way back here, and it's a 4-hour order block. So you should not be going down past 97,900 bucks. So call it 98 grand, right? And this was the thesis in this trade that we gave out yesterday inside of the private VIP trading room. And if you don't believe me, I can show you the trade and the video that we did it on, right? So then we knew that we had a 15-minute order block. No, my bad. A 5-minute order block right here, right? So let's get this trade off of here so you can see. We had a 5-minute order block right over here. And we said, okay, we extend that over. Boom. If we run into that, we are long. Okay. And long we did. Bang. We entered right there. As soon as we bounced from the order block, we hit it twice. I got the alert here, but that was like 7 a.m. this morning. So I couldn't take the trade at that point. But bang, we got our retest. I said, okay, I'm going to enter now. Boom. And this is where we are at now. We're in a significant amount of profit. Now, are we going to try and bring this all the way up to $146,000? No, we're not. But I would say, why is that all the way up there, dude? Like wishful thinking. That would be great. And why did my stop loss get put all the friggin' way down here? This is nutty bars, man. So let's get this. Let's do some real stuff, like not crazy stuff. So this is your trade, right? This is your trade. You've set your stop loss. Oh my gosh, why is this thing not cooperating? You set your stop loss outside of this order block, and you've got an 8x risk to reward just trying to ride it back up to 107.5, which is the naked point of control. And this is a level that we've been talking about, I believe, on the streams for days. But we've also been talking about this inside of the private VIP trading, right? Good morning, Wolfer, sir. It's been a while. Man, I appreciate you, man. Imagination of innocence. I appreciate you for showing up. Glad that you're here. First and foremost, we are now breaking market structure to the upside on the hourly chart, which is great news, right? Technically, are we doing it on the hourly chart? Not really, because this is your low, and then this would technically be your high way here, right? So we need to bring it up to here in order to see if we're going to get a market structure shift back to the upside. But as it sits, you came down and you SFP'd these lows. Well, you didn't really SFP them, but you front ran these lows. You bounced from them. Boom. So what I would like to see is this right here on Bitcoin. I would like to see this bounce. And then I would like to see us first and foremost take out these highs just really quickly, right? Secondarily, I would then like to see us bounce from here and take out the old high, because what would that be? A market structure shift back to the upside. Now, if we break down below this level right here, right, basically outside of this bottom end of this small 5-minute order block, we are breaking market structure. It's actually a break of structure to the downside, which is a continuation pattern of this overall downtrend that you can see right here. Obviously, I've got my liquidity curve. Looks real beautiful, real nice, right? So where's your first actionable level? Right here at your monthly VWAP, your weekly VWAP, and right around 104,600 bucks, right? So those are your first actionable levels. Your second actionable level, after you get a nice little pullback and then a pump, you're coming up here to the naked point of control, right around $107,500. That's where I would like to see us go after that. And then I would really like to see us just come back, retest this monthly VWAP, bounce from it, and then start creating higher highs, coming all the way up to this naked VWAP and naked point of control and taking out the liquidity up there and the majority of the liquidity on this liquidity curve, which would keep us trajectory-wise in an uptrend, okay? Now, that's really all we have to do is hold this level right here, and we are doing very well inside of Bitcoin right now. Now, the one thing that is good news for people is that if you were inside of Nordic Alpha, you would have gotten this trade and you would be in the money big time right now. So I would suggest that people get in there. But say you're not inside of Nordic Alpha and you're freaking out. You're running around looking like Ricky Bobby because, you know, you think the market's going down and we got you out here, you know, run around.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus. Help me, Jewish God. Help me, Allah. Ah! Help me, Tom Cruise.
This is going downhill fast. I think it'd be a great time to go to commercial break.
If you're running around looking like Ricky Bobby in Talladega Nights, which is one of the, if you're not American, you might not know what that is. But if you are American and you don't know what that is, then you are not American. Okay? Ricky Bobby, The Ballad of Talladega Nights. Absolute banger. What's the film industry called? I don't know. Whatever. Film masterpiece. It doesn't get better than that. We're forming a nice bottom here. We do have some poor lows. That sucks. We do have poor lows here, which sucks on the daily chart. Means that we're likely to take these out eventually. We're going to come back, probably try to take these out. But we also have poor highs up here. And as you can see, these were poor highs right here. And guess what happened? You got a nice pullback. You came up, you took them out, and then you continued downward, right? So that's what I mean by poor highs and poor lows, right? These nasty, wicky, just terrible, you know, a good low and a good high looks something like this. We don't really have any. Kind of sucks. This is a good low right here, right? You get your low and then it's an immediate move out away from it, right? You never really revisited it. Obviously, that's not the greatest low in the world, right? But that's a good low, right? And yeah. So in any case, what can we be talking about here that is still bullish other than the fact that we're pumping up a little bit? Well, this right here, okay? If you look at this long-term uptrend and parallel on Bitcoin, so long as we stay above $95,000 right now, we're super bullish still on Bitcoin. And we've got a price target of at least $135,000, right? So can we bring it up to my crazy 146 thing? Yeah, but that's not going to be until like April of 2026. Right? Potentially. And I'm not saying we're going to get there. I'm just saying these are the levels in between that, right? So that's what you got to take into account. So let's drop back down to our hourly chart. Let's talk about it, right? Why did we take this trade? I think everybody knows why we took this trade. We had two order blocks in conjunction with each other. We had a nice little bounce from the prior lows, right? And bang, we entered and boom. Let's see what else we had, right? Let's see what else we had. Give me a second. Let's see if that's a bearish divergence, shall we? It is not. Or a bullish divergence. It is not. No bullish divvy there, right? But let's see. And I took it off the screen. Let's see if we have a hidden bull div here, right? And we do not. We do not. No hidden bull divvy, right? Unfortunately. What you would have needed to see for a hidden bullish divergence is you come down and you crack this low and bang, you've got lower lows on the RSI, but higher lows on price, showing a divergence in between price and relative strength. And then that's going to give you kind of like a push to the upside. Now, if we look at this, right, what we can say is we had, you know, let's look at this from a market structure perspective. Let's say that this was your high, right? This was your high. Say this was your previous low. Then this was your next low. This is your next high. You cracked that low. You never really got your 2 candle rule until all the way down here. And unfortunately, this is probably your high, right? Your high is like 107.4. So that's where you're looking to kind of take things out. But that's where you drop down to your smaller time frames and you look at the market structure. And as you can see, we've had a market structure shift to the upside, multiple breaks of structure for continuations to the upside, right? We took out these highs. Now we're looking to take these highs, these highs, these highs, these highs, right? So you got to drop down to your smaller time frames and catch those market structure shifts in real time, right? Which you caught it basically right here, right? Here was your low, your new high. You came up, you tried to smack that high, boom, you did, right? You got your back test here. This is where you could have entered on the back test of the top end of this, you guessed it, order block, bang, you got your perfect back test there, boom, you're entering. Did you get as good of an entry as me? No. But did you drop down to the 1 minute chart to find that market structure shift? Probably not, because here was your market structure shift. Bang, 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 retest of the order block, boom, blast up, looking good, right? So, I mean, that's, you know, market structure 101, but do with that information what you will. Now, that's what I'm seeing on Bitcoin. You cannot drop below $98,800 right now. And really, as long as you stay above 98, you're looking good. Your target right now is 107.5. Your ultimate target is right up here near about 114. And then your like long-term target, it's in the 135 to 140 range if we can stay inside of this parallel and uphold that $95,000 to $96,000 level to maintain the bullish uptrend. Because on a daily chart, dude, you're still in a massive uptrend. Like, go look at the weekly and the monthly. It's still trending up. Now, did you get a market structure shift to the downside? Yes, but from a technical perspective, you're still trending up. You're still in that upward parallel that you're seeing right here. Like, here's the upper bound of it, lower bound of it's way down here. This is the midpoint of it. You're still inside of this. So you're still technically looking really good. So, you know, get into Nordic Alpha where I tell you this stuff literally every single day. Now, let's talk about some altcoins really quick. We got to go to ETH. ETH, dude, we killed it on ETH. We absolutely killed it on ETH. Look at this. You came over here, you look for your SFP of the lows or the 0.5 fib retrace, right? And you bang, you're bouncing, right? So now, did we have this perfect? No, we didn't, because, you know, we set this up way back here. We set this up like last Wednesday. So obviously you got to wait for the market dynamics to shift and tell you what's going on. Boom, you could have just entered right here, bang, and you're up and running, right? Like, enter right here after you've SFP'd right through here. And then boom, you're on your way. Okay, so this is what we set up, was on the daily chart actually. And so this is essentially what we were looking for. We were looking for an entry into this deviation zone, right? And then to uphold the 0.5, boom, and then start pumping up. And that's exactly what's happening right now. Your top end is going to be right up here at about $4,000. Now, in my opinion, and this is just my opinion, you can take it with a grain of salt. I'm not saying that you have to agree with me. I'm not saying you don't have to do anything. You don't have to do anything. Let's pull this off of here. Where's my trend-based fib? For ETH, if you want to know where the real target is on ETH, it's all the way up here, around 9 grand. Okay, that's where the 1.618 Fibonacci is. It's at $8,700. Your first stop before that is going to be right here at 5750. As you can see, you smacked right into the 0.786, used it as resistance 1, 2, 3, 4 times on the daily chart. You've come right back down to the 0.5 equilibrium price, and now you're looking to target this $5,700 range. For all you Wolfer Finance people out there, that's where we're looking to go. Right here, first, come back down, use these previous double top highs as support, and then make our way up here to about $8,600. Okay, that's what your ultimate target is on ETH. And if you get through that somehow, $13,500 is your 2.618. Now, how did I find this? Well, first off, get into my blueprint and my foundation trainings where I teach you exactly how to do this and exactly how to predict where those all-time high and the resistances will be and your technical bounce points. But I'll show you. This is called a trend-based fib that you take from the low, from the previous all-time high, you find the lowest point. You take that low, you get to the highest point, your new all-time high, and then you wait. And you wait until the lowest point comes in before you start to turn around, and you say, okay, this is my lowest point. Now I have my trend-based fib that gives me all of my different levels. And look how well these levels get respected, right? As you can see, you came up, you smacked the 0.618 right here, rejection. Smack the 618 here, rejection. Oops. Smack the 618 twice here, rejection, right? Smack the 618 here, rejection. Bounced from the 0.5, showing key strength, and then boom, blasted up to the 0.786, rejection, 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 rejection. Now you're using the 0.5 as support again. I would like to see us come up here and use either the 0.786 or the 0.618 as support, and then move our way up to $8,800, $8,600, right? Let's look at Avalanche. We killed it so far on this trade on Avalanche too. I gave out a trade on Avalanche the other day, which was if you get in here, right? We gave this out, what, the 16th of last month, and it took forever to hit, but it finally hit. And so anyways, we came down here, we got our perfect entry where we had this nice level of support that we used, support, 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 and then boom, now we're blasting up. We are in a descending triangle. We are in an overarching, downward sloping, descending or downward descending triangle that typically breaks down. If you lose this level, get a confirmation, you're going to be looking to come right around here to about $10.80 potentially, and maybe even potentially to $8.60 where you could see your potential like super duper bottom. But as it sits right now, this is your bottom, right? Now, Bitcoin tanks out and goes down to $96,000. You're probably going to see Avalanche at about 10 bucks, right? So now that you know the levels, you could be targeting this and then a long entry down there if Bitcoin tanks, right? But as it sits right now, you're in this trade, right? You are in this trade. What the heck? What just happened? There we go. You're in this trade right now, and you've got a 15x risk to reward on this. If you just write it up, you've got a 17x risk to reward to the top end of this channel. Now you can set your stop loss even tighter to where this low is, and you've got a 28x risk to reward on this trade. It's insane. It's insane. We call these things out all the time. Now, for Avalanche, here's the thing. This is what I would like to show people on Avalanche. Get this out of here. And for this, we're going to have to go to the Binance chart because we don't have enough data on this, right? But here, let's do the same exact thing and you're going to see this working live and in action, right? So let's call it there, here, and then we can refine this here in just a second to like make it, we'll use the magnet tool, right? Is this the lowest? 946.99. It is. Okay, cool. Now let's use the magnet tool up here to the all-time high. And let's use the magnet tool to the ultimate low, which is way over here. Okay? Way over here. And let's zoom in on that. And there's your ultimate low. So where could Avalanche be going from here, right? Let's go to it. Well, as you see, we got the full retrace on the Trump dump, right? You got the full retrace on the Trump dump. That's actually good news that you got that, right? Now, Avalanche, in my opinion, if it's going to run, it could run up to 150, right? It could run up to 150, but if you get through that, you could see a $237 Avalanche. Now, I'm not saying that's going to happen. Where would I be looking to target? Conservatively speaking. Right there, in between $80 and $96. That's the 0.5 equilibrium price and the 0.618 golden pocket retrace of this entire move, right? So that's where I would be looking. That's my first target, at least, on Avalanche. It's going to be $79 and then 96 bucks. If you're looking for maximum upside on this, then you're going to be looking towards 120, 150, and 237. Past that, you're looking at, 325. 380, stuff like that. But that's so far away that you don't even want to talk about it. And you don't even know if it's going to be, you don't even know if that's going to be a possibility, right? So that's the thing. You really need to keep this into, take this into consideration. What you really need to do to get bullish right now is just get above $36.50, which is this previous high right here. And then you're looking a lot better, at least from a daily's time frames perspective on the daily chart, right? So that's what I'm looking at on Avalanche, and that's why I like it, right? So if we go to Sonic, and we might have to actually, let's star this Avalanche one, and let's go to Sonic, which is FTM, right? So let's see if we can find the Binance one. Yeah, unfortunately, we don't have any data on this, and that's what really irks me on Sonic, and that's why we have to go to like FTM. Do they still have it anywhere? We'll do crypto.com. Yeah, this is the one. This is the one, okay? So as you can see, we were in a nice little like falling wedge. We broke out of it and we're still in it. Like we're not in it. Now we're using it as support, right? So now we're using that falling wedge essentially as support, okay? So we can edit this just a little bit as well. I want to edit this and say this is more or less your falling wedge, right? Bang. And bang. And as you can see, we're kind of using it as support right now. Now, let's get this fib off of here. Your first target, you just got to get back up here, man. You really just got to get back up here. I'll show you. So if you see this bullish Livermore cylinder, it played out and then it absolutely just got crashed out, right? It got crashed out. And as you can see, you broke the support on that. We really got to get back above 16.5 cents on Sonic right now to start even thinking about making a move up, right? Now, you can do the same thing on Sonic if you want to, right? You can do the same thing on Sonic. Let's just say that's your low. That's good enough. It's close enough, right? And remove. And let's remove this one too. Now, for Sonic, why is this up here? For Sonic, I would need to see a move up to about 96 cents where we topped out right here. That's what I would like to see on Sonic, FTM, what used to be FTM, Sonic. But you really got to get back above here, right? Like you got to get back above this line because as it sits right now, if you stay below this line, like it does not look good. It does not look good. I mean, look at that. This used to be the all-time high. You got through it. You used it as support, and then you fell through it. This is not good news for Sonic. We need to see a pump up. If Bitcoin starts pumping, you could see that pump up happening, right? We'll see what happens. But secondarily, you can take another one of these fibs and just say you do it from here. You bring it all the way up to the all-time high. You bring it down to this ultimate low, and you could say, here's where we're actually targeting, right? About 93 cents. That was the 0.618. That's what I would be looking at. We'll say local trend fib. And then this one is 2017 trend fib. Okay. So this is what I would be looking for. And then I would be looking for ultimately a move back up to $1.45 and then subsequently bull run status, $2.27 on Sonic. That's what I'd be looking at. We can look at Flux, but I don't think it's going to matter. Like Flux is just absolutely wrecked right now. We can do a little bit of TA on it, but it's not going to really do us much justice because it doesn't really. Yeah, I mean, look at this thing. Flux went up to 29 cents today for some reason. That's wild. That's on Kraken too. It went up to 29 cents. Damn, Daniel, right?
Damn, Daniel, back at it again with the white vans. Thirsty, man. Damn, Daniel.
I mean, as it sits right now, I would just be looking to get up here. Okay, let's do a regular fib on this. We don't need a full trend-based fib. I would just be looking to get up here, right? Up here near about 24 cents. Now, you've broken that high, but you got to keep this momentum and strength up. So you got to get above about 24 cents here. And then I would be looking to get up to about, I don't know, 35 cents to these previous highs. Start taking those out gradually. Take out this high first, right? Obviously, we got to take out this high, take out this high, take out this high, take out this high, take out this high. Then you can start getting back up here. And that's where you can start thinking about Flux running up to, you know, a couple of bucks after that. But until then, I wouldn't be looking at too much on Flux in terms of long positions yet. You had your long opportunity way down here at 8.5 cents. If you took it, great. If you didn't, I don't know what to tell you. Let's look at Cardano. Yeah, so Cardano's given us our entry, man. Cardano's given us our entry. We were talking about this the other day. We basically said, look, once you get below this level, you got to start thinking about shorts, but you got to wait for confirmation, right? Here was your confirmation candle. You wait for the back test. It's a break and retest strategy. It's very simple. It's very not complex at all. You get your confirmation below this level, bang, and then boom, you come up and you blast straight through it. It's pretty simple. You don't enter the short, right? You back tested it and you blasted straight through it. So this is actually looking bullish on Cardano. But here's the bad news. When in doubt, zoom out, and it is in a descending triangle. Now, can this descending triangle play out until, you know, June of 2026? Yeah, absolutely. Because like, look how much space is still left in this thing for price to squeeze. So there's two trades here. One, you long here. Whenever you break this up, get your confirmation, get the back test. Two, you short here. If you would have gotten the back test and the rejection here, you could have shorted, and I'll show you what that looked like. That's not it. Where is it? I already have it on here. Why is this so small? Why is it so small? Keep your minds out of the gutter. That is not what she said. Oh, man. I do this to myself. I bring this on myself. This is where you would be shorting to, about 46 cents. Now, if that doesn't happen, that's perfect. Oh, my gosh, I deleted it. If that doesn't happen, that's perfectly fine. Because all you're going to do is you're going to think about a long over here, right down here. And that long is looking to bring you back up here, right? Somewhere in this realm, okay? And that's what I would be looking at if you get your back test, right? And you would set your stop loss below the lows. If you want to be super, you know, cautious about it, you can set your stop loss below these lows. You still have a 4x risk to reward. I would be looking to come back up here and crack this, I'd say 85 cent range, get above this, start thinking about that. And that's when you can start thinking about longing this, right? Once you get a break above this, boom, boom. But if you get a rejection up there, you already know what to do, right? Short it. It's very simple. And then obviously you can short right here at the 200 moving average rejection, but the 200 is now down here now. And I wouldn't be worried about that. I would be worried more about shorting up here if you got a rejection. Short the descending triangle rejection. Bang. That's what I would be looking at, honestly, on Cardano. So look at XRP. Let's do the usual suspects, right? And then we'll look at Solana. We'll see what the comment sections are saying. And then that's it. You know, that's it. That's that. So XRP is upholding what we needed it to uphold, right? If you took this, dude, why are my positions looking like this? Why are they doing this to me? I'm closing trading view out. Hold on. I'm closing this out. Something's up. Something ain't right. Hold on. Wait a minute. Something ain't right. Let's try it again. Please, dude. Please don't wreck me on my own trades here. Please. Thank God. Thank God. If you took this trade, dude, you are an animal of animalistic tendencies. And you literally got 5x risk to reward on that. Insane trade. That would have been epic. We gave that out on the 3rd, right? That was like 4 days ago. Here, if we break up above this, we can start thinking about taking longs again, right? Now, you had your, oh my gosh. It's still doing it to me. Why is it still doing it? Bruh. Whatever. We're deleting these. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. That's crazy. Insane. You're getting a rejection at the point of control, though. Just know that. Just know that, right? And what we'll do is we'll take this fixed range off, and we're going to draw a new fixed range. How about that? How's about that? My fixed range tool. Take it from this low to the high. Bang, bang. And you are rejecting off of the value area low. Now, could you say that this range needs to more or less be here, right? I'll tell you. Bang. Yes, absolutely. And you are bouncing from the point of control. That is your bottom point. You broke the range. You're bouncing from the point of control. That's why I had those trades set up down here. But, you know, it rugged me on my own friggin' trades. So as it sits right now, what you're looking for is a break above this high right here, $2.65. And you really want to get above this downward sloping trend line, right? You got to uphold this point of control at $2.19. And once you get below $2, finito, man. If you get a candle close below $2, it does not look great. Now, you have secondary support down here at $1.75, but you got to stay above, in my opinion, right now, $2.19. Otherwise, you could see a precipitous fall down to about $1.62 to $1.75. Okay, let's talk about some Solana. Yeah, Solana, we're still just waiting for the breakout, right? We're still just waiting for the breakout on Solana. We have this trade set up at the 0.618 if you get the breakout. We have this set up. If you come up here and you reject, especially if you reject from the trend line, boom, you're shorting. And then we have this one set up as well, which is if you reject from the 0.618. Now, what I'm looking for is I'm looking for Solana to uphold this $142 range, which it has. But what I don't like is these 4 wicks right here. These are poor lows. And a lot of times you want to take those out, come back up, and then start pumping. So I'm looking here and I'm watching here. Those are my 2 levels, 172 and $142.50. Those are the levels that you need to keep on your radar right now. And you can't catch every single level, but what can you do? You can come right here and you can say, all right, this is my level. I'm going to add an alert, right, of the 0.236 fib or whatever. And you guys saw me add, actually, you didn't see me add the alert, but the people inside of Nordic Alpha saw me add the alert on my Bitcoin long that we're in right now that's killing it, that I gave out yesterday. They saw me add my alert live on that video. And yeah, man, add your alerts, man. Add your alerts. Seriously, dude. Seriously. It will help you so much. Man, I appreciate you, CNN Wilson. Ronald CNN Wilson, reporting live from Twitter, sharing it on Twitter. Dude, I appreciate you, man. Inshallah. We've got Richard Four saying cult classic too, and I already know what you're referencing.
Mr. Bobby, come on down here. Help me, Jesus!
Ricky Bobby, baby. I don't know if it's a cult classic like Pulp Fiction or anything like that, but it's definitely funny. Let's look at ICP, man. Yeah, we can do ICP. I don't have a problem with it. I don't have a problem with it. Woo! Jeez. What happened to ICP? Bro. I mean, I gave this trade out. I already told y'all all about this a while back. Said, look, you break this trend line, you break up against this, you're going, right? You're going. Do we have that on the chart somewhere? We do not. We do not have the trade set up, unfortunately. But yeah, I mean, this all applies, right? Right here. Give me this. Boom. You get a pump above it. You get the back test. Bang, bang. Let's get this off of here. Get this off of here. You broke these highs, right? This is great news. This is great news for ICP. I mean, this is your entry right here. $6.90. Now, I would not be entering a huge, massive position here because you do have a lot of downside here, okay? You do have a lot of downside here. And what do I mean by that? Well, if you pull your fib, you'll see that from this low to this high, I mean, your 0.786 fib is right down here at $4.32. I mean, this is where I'd be looking to enter super longs, $4.62. That's the range right there, man. And I'll show you the regular fib if you want. $5.12 to about $4.65 is a pretty good range to start loading up because you've mitigated a lot of this down here. Your last ditch effort is $4.10. And obviously $4.60, you should not go below that. Okay, you should not go below that on ICP. If you do, it is bad news. Okay, I've been sitting on the limit orders since Saturday for XRP, HBAR, and XLM. Still waiting. I still have confidence that I will get it, but just curious your opinion on odds. So what did we do? XRP? I can't do all of those, but I'll do XRP for you. $1.98. I don't think you're going to get $1.98, bro. I'm just going to be honest with you. I'd be looking more for like $2.20 down to about $2.10. I would move that order up a little bit. And what I would do is I would just take your risk down. right? Take your risk down, because then if I'm wrong, right, which I'm wrong at least 11 or 12% of the time based on my win rate, and you do come down here to $1.98, this is like where you load up, right? And then bang, 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 and you try to ride it up. But one thing I will say is that you're in a descending triangle on this as well. Where's my horizontal ray? Right there. Look at that. That's a descending triangle of descending triangles. And you can see if you lose that level, dude, it is bad news. You should not lose this level, $2. Okay. Now, can you wick through it? Absolutely. You did here, you did here, you did there, you did there, you did there, you did there, you did here, right? You closed below it here, and now you're back up. So I would not want to lose this level again. Okay. You banged on that support a lot. Okay. Let's see what else. What is AR? I don't know what that is. R-weave. Okay, I got you. Yeah, I've heard of this. I know what this is. Let's do the Binance chart, maybe. Ooh, this one's nasty, bro. Ooh, this one's nasty. I mean, the good news is you hit your floor. Here's the good news. Like, you did hit your floor. Let me get this magnet tool off of here. You did hit the floor, right? And that floor is right here. But you're going to see the same thing that you're seeing on all of these other whatevers, these other charts, is that you're in a descending triangle, right? And if you want to be, super cautious about it, here's your descending triangle, right? You could even draw it from here and say, this is my descending triangle, right? I mean, in my opinion, you got to break up above about $12.20. You got a long ways to go. But the first thing you got to do is crack these highs right here, man, at $9.06. Right now you're at $7. Okay. So you got a nice little bounce. You caught your floor. This was your trade right here. It was from the floor from way back here, the lowest you've ever really seen this asset being, right? And so that's what you got to do. You just got to wait. Are you going to get a back test of this? Or are you going to pump up above this and then start thinking about entering down here at about $5 on a back test after you come up here? But you got to watch the rejection up here. If you get up here, you got to watch the rejection right here, man. So let's get back to Bitcoin. BTC, baby. I don't want BTC on Coinbase. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin still looks the same. Nothing doing here, right? You're starting to try to break market structure to the upside. You got to get above here. You got to get above here, right? I mean, really, you got to get above here. That's your naked point of control. That's your previous high, which is right here at 107.8. I mean, to break market structure on the hourly chart to the upside, market structure shift, you got a lot of work to do. You got to hit 108, right? And, does that happen over the weekend? I don't know. But as it sits right now, I mean, I'm just holding my long on Bitcoin right now. See how much piece of money we can bring in. And if you want those trades whenever I give them out, man, I'll tell you, like I tell you every single time, get into the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room. That's where we do it every single day. So with that being said, thank you everybody seriously so much for showing up. Make sure that you hit the follow button. Make sure that you like and subscribe. Seriously, help me grow the platform if you can. Let's check in on Twitter again. I want to check in on Twitter before we leave. 999 followers. Can you give me one more? How many people are here on Twitter? Please, for the love of all that is holy, Twitter people, one person out of the 52 of you that are on here, one person, please hit the follow button on Twitter and let me hit 1,000 subs on Twitter today. That would be so awesome. I've been waiting for that for years, man. Let's see if we can do it live. I'm going to refresh. Really, guys? Really? Give me one person. I'm not going to sit here and beg you for it. It is what it is. If you guys want to do it, I appreciate you. If not, I'm still going to keep delivering people value as I always do. And if you want like the best value, get into the Nordic Alpha private VIP trading room. I will see you in there. I'll be happy to have you in there, and I will talk to you all soon. Everybody have a wonderful day. Have a good #Friday Pie Day with your beautiful families, and we will see you all soon. Peace.